God dang it, crap! God dang it! God dang it! Dang it!
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yay!
something.
Yay! Yeah.
That was actually a video of Mozart.
Everybody wants to know like space goes more and stuff like that.
I wanna know a little bit
Anytime
about.
I like answer questions about behind the scenes stuff, because they want to like have like these deep backgrounds for characters and stuff. It's, anytime people write their whole backgrounds and characters, they try and like if it's close, I'll like sometimes I'll be like, no, you can't. You know, we're not do that.
I mean, it's fanfic, right? Like people,
It is fanfic.
yeah, people are like, I just want to, I think the character would be this and something.
No,
The character would be
Brackens are actually not good.
Yeah,
That's the best fanfic.
yeah, you big dope.
Yeah, it's like the Curtain Spock fanfic. I
Mm.
want to do fanfic that mixes Harry Potter and MASH.
Oh my god.
Because I so want Colonel Sherman Potter to be
So,
in
in what relation would he be to Harry Potter?
It'd be a distant American.
Yeah. Related to Harry Potter.
It was actually, well, yeah, he's related to, not Lily, but he would be related to Harry's dad. And he would have gone to the American Academy, yet still decided how to do his country and served in the military.
He just had to hide it in the magic. Let's get this going. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is an actor, comedian, writer, producer, singer. Known for voicing Brat on Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Cartoon Planet, and The Brat Show, as well as Overflow from Aquatine Home Force and Space Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Andy Merrill.
Yay! Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Go ahead.
I don't know how it's going to
I was going to talk about, I did a panel in Pensacola. Good dog.
He wants to watch that.
I did a con in Pensacola, and my panel was at this little church. And so they drove me to the church, and I got there, and in the main congregation area, it was a nice crowd. And I went and sat on the stage, and got my link out. Call Me was playing, and so I just got the color me your color, baby, color me your color, and I just started singing the song. And I get it to the chorus, and this guy comes up and he says, I'm the moderator for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer panel. And half the people in the audience kind of knew who I was in. I was at the wrong panel. So I packed everything up and Spike and Cornelius it's looking at me like, I'm so sorry. And then I went to my own panel and I was like, there's 3 people in the audience. Deadpool?
I want to see it. I'm gonna see it in August.
Every single spoiler.
Don't.
Spoiling Deadpool.
No, please.
They didn't need to announce.
The panel is not called Rat Attack. It's called Spoiling Deadpool.
The spoiler, the biggest spoiler is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
is Dr. Doom.
That's right. They just announced it yesterday.
It's not. So I guess we're gonna get Infamous Iron Man.
Yeah.
If you're a comic near fans. Sorry.
Influence Iron Man. So let's jump into this. That's what I want to talk about. That we're talking about you. And I guess talking about you.
Huh?
No, absolutely not. So let me ask you this. Last time we talked, I asked you the whole what did you got on as a kid? We're gonna change something up here. What's something that people are nerding out on or just obsessed with? You just don't understand what's going on. It's like in the past, people said crypto or it said, NFTs, stuff like that.
There was a group in England that was like streaming around for years because they wanted to change their NFT into like animated, online animated shorts and stuff. So it was me. It was like I forget the guy's name, but he was one of the head writers of Ren and Stimpy. It wasn't Bob Campbell. But we were going to do animated shorts for them. And I would just hear from them every like 9 months. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to make some money. But I would hear from them once going, you ready? And they're like, yes. And then they would not say anything. So I think they were just fucking for like 2 years.
Calling back, like you're ready? I've been ready.
I had signed like a non-disclosure agreement. And I'm like, who cares about this? I mean, like, why would I even? Anyway,
It made me feel
something like rednecks versus aliens or something stupid. It was screw those guys. But yeah, no, you know what? I'll just but those aren't. Well, NFTs, I guess, would be nerd-ish. But like Bitcoin and stuff like that, that's not nerd-ish. That's not something people would like nerd out about. That's just something people lose money on. But no, I'm just the biggest nerd. So whatever's nerdy and popular, I kind of tend to. I don't not understand it because I've kind of been in the business of creating nerdy shit and knowing that that there are fans of everything. So there's anime, there's Star Trek, there's Star Wars. And Star Wars has gone down a path where I don't understand why people are still fans, but I get it that they still have fans. So I get fandom and I get all that stuff. So I'm never like surprised by people being nerdy or little fans. I think the nerd base in anime is what keeps the voice talent going, especially like the English voiceover talent, because they don't, when they're dubbing over the Japanese cartoons, they don't really make that much, and they don't get residuals for it. But it's the cons, if you voice like a really popular anime character, you're pretty much set, because you will have, I've seen like non-stop lines from these people, and I see the characters above their heads, and I'm like, well, who are these? But they have a big enough fan base that they'll make a killing every time they go to. envy their little triple and their long lines. Because no, seriously, they'll walk away from the con with maybe 5 to 10 grand. And that's just like a lower voice person. So yeah, I can't imagine what they went through during COVID when everything was closed. So.
I know a lot of voice actors are building up home studios.
Yeah. I have one at home, but it's inferior. It's just made like this quilted material, but it doesn't drown out the idiot outside the door. So. That's what was hard about. I recorded my lines for Joyce at home in the closet, and I'm surprised they got what they got, because like half of the record for Joyce was just moving. Somebody started like mowing the lawn outside, and
So let's jump into this. We know you work for Cartoon Network, right? And
worked or worked?
Well, I said work.
I'm about to sign a contract with them again to do some video stuff with Brett. So.
Nice. Oh, because we were talking about like stuff last time we talked.
They run. There's a block on Adult Swim called Checkered Pass. It's from 5 to 7 Monday to Thursday. Friday nights is Tsunami. So they want Brad to come and host Checkered Pass, so I'm making like little snippets here and there in between the shows. And then in September they're going to bring back the old original Cartoon Planet from 30 years ago. You can only see on YouTube. They're bringing it back from I think 6 to 7 on repeats.
Excuse me to start watching again.
An excuse to try and get Cartoon Network.
Well, I mean, that's the Cartoon Network's excuse to get like old nerds like me to go back and start watching it.
How do you get the Cartoon Network?
Well, it's hard to find people that haven't cut the cord yet, you know?
Right.
That haven't like totally got it on the cable. But Cartoon is still on Firewall and places like that. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did the concept of Space Ghost come about?
Let me ask the question that's always asked. We were going to do a marathon. We had, in the early days of Cartoon Network, we would have a character to showcase per month. The month before Space Ghost was supposed to be July of 1992. The character month of June 1992 was May. Space Ghost was June. The character month for May of 1992 was Rock and Roll, so we would have Secret Squirrel marathons and 2 Super Wild Secret Squirrel marathons. So we were going to do that with Space Ghost, and then we were just brainstorming ideas of what to do with Space Ghost, and where Space Ghost Coast to Coast was thrown up, and it kind of blossomed from there. So I was like, yeah, the talk show. And so I put together a pilot, because I could edit. And so I put together the first pilot. We sold the show to Fred Sager of him. And he gave us his blessing. And so once we had his blessing and all that, that's when we just started, writing. It's really hard to watch the first few episodes because everything is so stiff and stilted, and the jokes don't quite land. But once we found our own with the show, kind of took off.
So where does it come about the transition where they decided to introduce rap and then say, hey, Andy, you should post rap?
came from, we did a Christmas special, and I thought it would be funny to have the counselor do sing the 12 Days of Christmas. And so Brack was the partridge in a pear tree, and he said, "Hi, my name is Brack," and everybody thought I read in the writer's room was funny, and we didn't have a budget to pay real voice actors, so that's how it came about. And kind of being at the right place at the right time was how I got into the voice acting community.
That's where kind of like the voice acting career started. It was just this random.
Yeah, pretty much. That was my first like real stand behind the mic and that type of thing. I mean, I grew up in the Methodist church, and my family started a puppet ministry when I was 9, so I was always doing characters and voices and stuff like that beforehand. So once it came around to like while writing the show, just reading in the writer's room, I tended to beef up whatever I was reading, so it kind of came from that.
So then, like when you came to that voice, was it just like the first thing that came in your head? Did you have like, you had a space and go, "No, it might sound like this."
You know, if I had listened to his voice, I probably would have tried to do key loops for this, but what came out was just this loud monotone. "Hi, my name is Brian, and that was the original Brack voice, and I tried to yell as loud as I could." And that only lasted so long in the studio, so once we started doing more and more Brack with Cartoon Planet, I kind of toned it down and made him smoother and a little more lovable and all that. And that's what tugs at everybody's heart. Is the innocence and the stupidity of it all.
I would agree with that. It's really
But it's mostly he's mostly my personality. He's the easiest one to like add and stuff. I tend to, when I'm doing any character, I tend to like read around the lines. I always want to give the producer more than they want in the lines. But I'll usually, as a professional, read the script the way it's written first. And then, because I've been a writer, producer, and I've directed people in the studio, so it's always a courtesy to give them, on either side, it's always a courtesy to give them their cookie, So if you're the voiceover person, the cookie is reading what's written. If you're the producer, it's letting the voiceover person do a little ad-libbing here and there afterwards. I think I was interviewing and almost got a job at a news organization in Cincinnati. And I would have been writing like live cuttings to the news and stuff. And so one of the main questions was, you've written this script, you want the anchor to follow the script, and you want to shoot it in a quick amount of time so you can throw it on the air to tease the 11 o'clock news. What if the anchor doesn't want to read what you've written? And so that was basically my answer. We kind of just throw it in the cookie and say, okay, you want to read it the way you want to read it. Here, go ahead and do that, but you still got to give me what I've written. Here's your reward. And so I almost got hired on that answer. And then I met with the rest of the news producers, and they were all had sticks up their butts. except for one person. One person was like, "Tell me about Brack. It's so cool and everything." And all the other guys were like, "We don't like this funny guy." Well, the dumb thing is that the news director, I talked to the producers separately, but the news director was like, funny is what brings us the Emmys. So they always strive usually the majority of the time